All right, let's check this out, shall we?
In 2008, Blizzard merged with Activision.
This is way bigger and bloodier than I expected.
Thousands of employees had staged a walkout.
I'm really excited about the future of WoW.
It makes me a bit nervous.
We have some big things planned.
The Classic team has done a really good job.
Why should they honestly care?
We've never been more empowered, free, and dedicated.
The company settled a discrimination and harassment lawsuit.
I think it's the best piece of work in the Warcraft franchise.
You are an absolute embarrassment to your legacy.
It's a legendary company because people put legendary amounts of effort into it.
They were in pretty significant trouble.
All of the shit Blizzard has been through, so much more is possible.
But this is where things get a little bit interesting.
36 employees have been shown the door.
I quit Blizzard because it sucked.
We're seeing employees and developers en masse geeking out.
6 years down the drain.
Games for gamers by gamers.
It's a bloodbath.
This editing is really good, but
What the hell is going
my
on?
eyes. So much flashing. Very true and real though. WoW was legendary. I mean, here's what I think, chat. Here's what I think. Boom. Start of Warcraft, Warcraft 2, Diablo 2, World of Warcraft. Oh my goodness. But not all game can live on that long. And then BC, boom. Wrath, boom. And then mediocre patches, expansions, and Activision stuff. Shadowland was this for sure, man. It probably hit the lowest. Shadowland is when every WoW fans were angry. But I feel like with Hardcore coming and 2019 relaunch, I mean 2000 relaunch was kind of like before, along with Shadowland, it was like together. So I guess there was a little up and down. But my point is, Dragonflight and SOD, Hardcore, I feel like they've been bringing it back up. I think they recovered a bit. They've been listening a lot better to the community and trying to make us happier, which is a positive. I don't want to like go on a trend shitting on WoW all the time. I think they're truly like doing their best to make the players happy.
2023. Blizzard have had a pretty good year.
Okay.
Despite some turbulent months for Diablo 4 and Overwatch, WoW's trajectory has been on the rise.
Is it fair to say that this is, a Blizzard reboot now?
Man, I just got back from BlizzCon.
We're experimenting, and it seems to be working.
I couldn't help myself at least talk about the fact that really World of Warcraft is back.
This season of Discovery sounds like a neat way of doing like almost a trial run of Classic Plus.
The 20th anniversary is almost upon us. It's time to change the conversation, make some big bets. Let's take World of Warcraft in a direction that we may not have imagined in the past.
Season of Discovery is a resounding success. Hardcore is a brilliant addition to the game.
Very fun.
Even the opinion on Dragonflight seems to be stable. This may not sound like such a big deal, but for Blizzard, nothing is quite that simple. Throughout the years, they've been subject to the entire spectrum of opinions. But over time, and for good reason, it's become increasingly popular to hate on the company.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to go on that trend,
Making this upward trajectory all the more interesting.
The fall.
So why is this happening now? To understand, we're gonna have to go back. WoW's snowball-like success had given it the title of the most successful online video game of all time. But things were about to change. Blizzard was about to begin the most catastrophic fall from grace gaming had ever seen. And it all started here.
In 2008, Blizzard merged with Activision, but it wasn't just the company's name that changed. It seemed like they were getting further and further away from their founding principles. Games for gamers, by gamers.
Activision Blizzard, they suspended a gamer who came
Oh my
out
God,
in
I
support
remember
of Hong
this.
Kong protesters.
Blizzard is going against free speech, issuing a 12-month ban, as well as taking away his $10,000 in prize money.
Just to hint, Blizzard, people were also mad that you were so afraid of losing out on the Chinese market and the money they bring that you didn't stop to think about the people you were actively screwing over through your shitty decisions.
I love the fact that you have a lot of very strong female characters. I was wondering if we could have some that don't look like they've stepped out of a Victoria's Secrets catalog.
According to the Journal, the game studio's CEO Bobby Kotick knew about sexual misconduct allegations but did not tell the board.
Which catalog would you like them to step out of?
What does that have to do with anything?
Thousands of employees had staged a walkout in protest of Bobby Kotick asking him to resign.
The working conditions were terrible.
The company settled a discrimination and harassment lawsuit for $18 million.
Working hours were terrible.
Activision Blizzard remains under scrutiny from the Securities and Exchange Commission.
They let go a third of our department.
And the state of California.
With very little warning.
It's a legendary company because people put legendary amounts of effort into it.
It is a corpse being puppeteered by Activision and Bobby Kotick.
Under legendarily terrible working conditions.
Blizzard, you are an absolute embarrassment to your legacy.
I don't trust anything Activision Blizzard has to say in any way, shape, or form.
They paid me 36% of industry standard for my job.
Why should they honestly care about dealing with cheaters when they're still raking in billions of dollars?
It wasn't worth it.
The company has confirmed Alex Afraziabi, former creative director on World of Warcraft, was fired last year for misconduct.
More than 36 employees have
Dude,
been
that
shown
was
the door
like
at
the
Activision
role
Blizzard.
too.
The video game developer fired or pushed out the employees to address allegations of sexual harassment and other misconduct.
We want to have a conversation. We want to make this company better.
Better. Hey.
This is some big news that's coming out right now. Microsoft is going to be buying Activision Blizzard.
Bro, this shit shot way up. That's because the deal got announced. Oh my god, Microsoft bought Blizzard. Oh my fucking god.
Bobby Kotick is gone from Activision Blizzard. That's right, you heard me correctly.
He and the rest of the board have agreed to give up their positions in the company as part of the closure.
We're seeing employees and developers en masse speaking out about negative experiences they've had with Bobby Kotick.
It does seem that Blizzard employees would rather be under the yoke of Microsoft and Phil Spencer.
Part of what makes this such an exciting time for Blizzard is that we've never been more empowered, free, and dedicated
than the wildland of Bobby Kotick.
To holding true to what makes Blizzard unique than we are today. So much more is possible. This is the start of a new era.
You know, I think about Activision, Blizzard games. I think about the long history of great franchises there.
Blizzard president Mike Ybarra said that Spencer has indicated that he wants Blizzard to be more like the independent studio it once was.
And empowered and
Damn, they were so young.
It's like they have agency and ability to drive their own vision.
Xbox is starting to make it crystal clear that they're reinstating Blizzard's creative freedom once again with this acquisition.
If there's anything I can do in my role, it's empower the teams and make them feel safe, make them feel like failure's okay, let's go learn.
In the 2 years he has been in charge, he had to run many decisions up the chain of executives at Activision, slowing everything down.
We're going to empower our new colleagues to continue what they do best.
Going to Phil and saying, hey, can we do this? I think he would look at me and go, run your studio.
As we get, I think, increased autonomy and the ability for us to give teams the freedom to create these incredible visions they have.
The thing about Xbox,
we will nurture the essence,
is that they're the opposite of Activision.
What has made Blizzard unique? Our future.
They take a hands-off approach with their studios.
Our creative freedom.
I also want to be able to give those creative teams as much freedom as I can.
They give their first-party studios freedom. They empower them to do what they do best.
Damn, if they merged with Microsoft in the beginning, I feel like it would have done really good. Dude, I hate my cat. They go on the highest place possible and just slam dunk on my table every time to get my attention, I feel like. Yeah, dude, imagine they merged with Microsoft before Activision. I'm sure they merged with Activision thinking they would do more great things, but I think it just dragged them down with the contracts and having limited amount of spending. I remember Chris Kaleki, which was a PvP dev back in the day, talking about how they would have the most like tiny fund for PvP, and they had so many good ideas to add like new battlegrounds and whatnot, but they had to scrap it all. I saw like was it Silver something mine? What was the map name, chat? The battleground where you move the payload stuff? They had insane like traps and gadgets. A lot of idea got scrapped because they didn't have enough funding, which sucks. Hopefully at Microsoft, they have a lot more funding in that kind of way. Silver Shard mine. Is it Silver Shard mine? I don't know. It feels so hard to say that.
Pepper.
Oh, Pepper. Yo, think of the 3-month water bottle. Random question: who among the healer would say this is the most mobile? Druid. Anyways, yeah, I'm glad they're going up, hoping that they go up more from this merge.
Forward is truly our own.
Blizzard is being set free.
So everyone at the team is super excited.
Now you mentioned their vision, but what about your vision? What does the future for Blizzard look like under Xbox? How do you envision?
He left, right?
It's an exciting time.
Ibarra?
We have some big things planned.
We've been tracking the number of job layoffs that there have been in the games industry throughout the last year, and, well, this year's count has just increased massively.
There's a cyclical nature to the game industry. The third and fourth financial quarter, these companies want to show a profit.
A lot of these roles are being lost across the industry.
And what's the fastest way to profit? Fire some employees.
The pandemic and ensuing lockdowns brought the U.S. economy into a tailspin in March 2020, forcing businesses to shut their doors.
We had a big boom in game sales and revenue from the viral contaminant.
More people were pivoting towards online services, boosting revenue.
All the big megacorps go, oh, this will go on forever, so they hire a bunch of extra staff.
2022 was probably the best year to break into game.
When that ended, all of a sudden they lost a bunch of revenue.
2023, many agree, is worse than 2009.
Oh, this is unsustainable now, so we better fire all these people.
This is really the latest that have been doing layoffs this year, this month alone.
Yeah, it was everywhere.
Riot Games, Google, Discord, Twitch, Unity, and more.
It's a bloodbath.
I mean, I had been hearing rumors that layoffs might be coming to Blizzard, but this is way bigger and bloodier than I expected.
Microsoft cutting almost 2,000 jobs at Activision, Blizzard, and Xbox as the tech landscape resets. What are we even doing here?
It's just chaos over there right now.
But this is where things get a little bit interesting.
President Mike Barra, who I think previously said he wasn't for going and he was going to have to be dragged out.
Did he think in 2 and a bit months that he would be gone when he just said, someone will have to drag me out of the building?
Let's go!
He hasn't literally been dragged out of the building, but something has changed.
A lot of people kind of expected that Mike Ibarra might be on the way out for various reasons.
The total massive Blizzard survival game is getting canceled. It's finished.
Let's say he ruffled some feathers within Blizzard over the course of a couple of disastrous meetings last year.
They should be proud of everything they've accomplished. Yeah, man, I'm sure being proud is really what they care about right now, not paying their bills.
And as well as the chief design officer, who is actually a co-founder.
Alan Adham.
Well, of course she told him to run the studio. When you buy a company, you're going to go through an observation time.
Just unprecedented layoffs.
You're going to observe what's going on with that company.
6 years down the drain.
Why is that company not doing what it's supposed to do?
After a merger, we expect layoffs.
You got to figure that out.
Black Forest Games cuts 50% of employees.
Is it just me, or I respect the decision of them not releasing the game that they worked on 6 years? I know it sucks for the people that worked on it. Yet, I remember what Riot Games said, if their MMO's not to their expectation, they're not going to release it. Meaning, like, they don't want to sell a shitty game and make profit and people are mad at the game and whatnot. I think if they didn't like it and they're scrapping it, I think that's fine, right? It just makes their company look even worse if it's a really shitty game. Maybe they could have changed something. I know it's a harsh word to say, but I think it's better. Maybe they work on it longer or they don't release the game. Yeah, I don't think I see it in a bad way. It's like me wanting to sell merch and I know this shirt's gonna be shitty, but I sell it anyways. That's fucked up, right? I would want to make it the best or like delay it even more so that I can release that instead. Or just say I'm not gonna do it because this merch is shit, right?
% of the entire workforce.
Riot lays off 530 staff.
Gone in a day.
The genesis of all of this.
CI Games lays off 10% of its staff.
Is Bobby Kotick.
Thunderful cut 20% of its workforce.
Bobby Kotick's gone, but he got a golden parachute.
Discord 70%
golden
of
parachute.
People who are gone now, likely not having a golden parachute.
Twitch cut a third of its staff. That's all within this month.
Quote, someone will drag me out of Blizzard.
Microsoft has still not communicated publicly what their vision is for Warcraft. A lot of the layoffs are hitting redundant departments such as marketing and other departments that you would expect to be hit by an integration with another company that does similar sorts of business.
I'm trying to see where this video direction is going. It's a roller coaster.
Amongst the mass hysteria and confusion surrounding Blizzard, it's easy to forget why we play these games in the first place. We may never escape the Bobby Koticks of the industry, and we should keep holding them accountable. But Blizzard is also made up of thousands of employees who just want to make good games. And maybe, finally, someone's going to let them.
A new era.
I know a lot of World of Warcraft fans are excited to see World of Warcraft get back to where it needs to be.
I love Akron.
The Classic team has done a really, really good job. And I said this earlier, this is like the first time I've felt like positively about Blizzard as a company in like 15 years.
I think it's safe to say that Season of Discovery has been met with more positivity than anybody could have expected.
Yes, you've definitely made your mistakes, but now is the time to start correcting them.
If we're gonna call out Blizzard when they do some dumb shit, we also have to applaud them when they do some smart shit.
Real. I don't think they get much of this, or especially online with most of the creator. I feel like they just shit on WoW every time, man. I've been trying not to do that. Yeah, especially with Dragonflight, man. I've been praising that all the time.
Thank you so much.
And I have a lot of classic viewers that always shit on retail, but I try to tell them retail's good, right? I've been saying that so many times.
Making the dream of WoW Classic and all the experiences we're working on a reality.
They're trying to build trust or restore faith that might have been lost. Trust us, the WoW team is trying to say.
I think it's the best piece of work in the Warcraft franchise that Blizzard has done for as long as I can remember.
Everything I saw at BlizzCon was amazing. People I talked to were so excited.
SOD has been a great success so far.
Oh,
One of the things Blizzard needs to be doing better is banning gold buyers. A lot of people got banned yesterday.
Finally!
They're doing it.
WoW really is back. There's a lot of people playing WoW.
World of Warcraft is back.
We are fully focused on listening and responding to you and building for a strong future in Azeroth for all of us.
It is with great joy that I announce Chris Metzen has joined the Warcraft leadership team as creative advisor.
Bring them all back. Yo, bring Jeff Kaplan back for Overwatch 2, now that Microsoft is doing it.
The addition of Microsoft,
despite all of the
Overwatch 3.
WoW is like hitting something special right now.
Even after 20 years,
WoW is back, baby.
people are still hitting up their
WoW
friends
is
about
back.
playing again.
Maybe it's time to come home. Honestly,
I would like to come home.
Who was saying that? I would like to come home? That was a good video, chat. I like how all the praise is on SOD, but none mentioned retail. Dude, I've been praising retail a lot. I don't think retail players know, but like I said, I have a lot of classic viewers, so they hate on retail a lot. But I don't see a bad thing in Dragonflight. I think it's been a positive note. Positive note for sure. I think retail players need to hate on SOD more. There's a thing though. Classic players hate retail players hate classic player. It's balanced. I mean, I guess not everyone. There's a tribalism in MMO community within the game itself. Both are good. Yeah, they're doing good. Both are doing pretty damn good. I personally play the F out of both. Yeah. I think from me playing retail and classic for a long time, I can say classic is a lot more chill. There's more grind though. It's very old school, grindy. It's not hard to achieve, but if you play a lot, you will get. And in retail, WoW, you do have to put in the time, but there's a lot of grace and quality of life. A lot faster to do alts now because you don't have to do reputation on all your characters now like before. Before it was very bad. Now you can do it on one character and get away with it. And if you want to challenge yourself, there's more ranking specs. Like Arena, RBG, and Mythic rating. There's more challenge. A lot more harder content. So it's different in that two sense. Where Classic's chill. You get to pan out and play in the long run. A lot to grind for. But everyone can get. Like rank 14 is a perfect example. You don't have to be like insanely good. Everyone can get it. You just have to put in time into it. Whereas if you want to get the Grandmaster title in retail, you have to be 2400 for it, right? And not everyone can get it. Some people struggle. So it's different in that time.